It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Wouldn't you like to be my neighbor? I always thought that guy was creepy. Like extra, extra creepy. Even when I was a child. We didn't have that word back then. I thought to myself, that guy is really sketch. Turns out he was a nice guy. But we don't know about what his secret. He might have had secrets we never knew about. We'll never know that, right? This is another one of those don't watch this videos. That is not like a reverse psychology, by the way. I don't name this video don't watch this video because I'm trying to get you to do the opposite. I found out from a buddy of mine that his neighbors, yeah, they haven't left the house in over 14 months. You know, they're fairly wealthy, but they're too afraid to leave the house. Isn't that something? They keep ordering stuff, you know, food, and they haven't left the house in over a year. Wow. Yeah. Maybe they should wrap themselves in bubble wrap and sit in the basement and rock back and forth. I find stuff like that shocking. These are the people that actually have no faith. Of course, there's two different types of faith. People don't realize that. The ancient part of the word is sraddha. But to talk about that in a second. I love helping others. I'm actually proud of the fact of, you know, the videos that I do, and if you know me at all, you know, I've done a lot of gear reviews, and I don't post affiliate links. I love being helpful. I love being helpful. I'll actually go out of my way in person to help people. You know, it gives you a great feeling. And it is natural order. You know, it makes the world a whole lot better place. I'm proud of the fact that I mentioned the fact that I was cured from that horrible stuff last month, and I had over 1,000 people emailing me and says, you know, what cured you, and you know, who's the doctor? And I told people the information. And I had a few people get back to me. It's like, you know, I just thought I was going to die, and I got the stuff, and I was, you know, cured overnight or within 2 days. And they said, you saved my life. I mean, I didn't. You know, the doctor that they consulted with did, but you know, I was in that chain there, and that actually makes me feel really good when you can actually do stuff like that in a video. That's just wonderful. I completely reject, nor do I consider myself any type of influencer. I don't believe in that word at all. There are other people that actually try to convince you of stuff because they're getting kickbacks and you know, bonuses from other things like endorsements or whatever. I don't do any of that. I know for a fact when I did all the gear reviews, and still continue to, even though the camera world is nearly completely dead from what's been going on in the past couple of years, these companies loved the fact that I made them so much money, but they detested the fact that, you know, there's this fat, tattooed, bald guy, you know, giving the recommendations, but they loved the fact that I was making tons of money. I'm actually disgusted by a lot of the stuff that I see recently. And of course, the world is, unfortunately, and you know, you stick your head in the toilet, you're only going to smell poo, right? There's just a reason why, I don't care what you think about cops, could care less. The reason why cops, and I know a few cops, you know, just, you know, they're incredibly savvy to the world, and they basically know every scam, and, you know, they're completely suspicious of everybody, and that's because, you know, they spend their entire day dealing with, you know, the dregs of society. You know, they've got their head in the toilet all day long. And if you spend, you know, every day in, day out with your head in your toilet, I mean, everything's just going to start smelling like poo. So I know there's a lot of good in this world, but a lot of people aren't expressing it. There was a new video today, and of course this stuff is nothing new. It does happen, but it's happening a whole lot more recently here in the United States. Carjackings and, you know, great evil, where people are doing incredible evil and they're like being put in jail for like 24 hours and being let out. I mean, doing heinous evil. It's like, yeah, well, you know, we can let you out. You've only been there for a week or less. There are some people carjacking a lady, and she's just screaming bloody murder. There's a Ring doorbell video from across the street. Screaming, I mean, the whole neighborhood can hear her. Bigger cities are way worse on this than smaller cities are, smaller towns especially. Bigger it is, the worse it is. There's all these people you can see in the video that are just walking by and they're looking what's going on. They know what's going on. They do nothing. You know, this woman is just screaming at the top of her lungs. It's just so reprehensible. I mean, I would get hurt. I would immediately jump in and help that person. I mean, I wished I had the numbers of the people that were just watching and keep walking by. It's that observer effect. There's a name for this, and there have been studies done on that. There's stuff like that is just so incredibly tyrannical, so evil. It's like, yeah, I see what's going on. It's just, I don't want to get involved, too. Larger cities, like, I'm just too busy, I don't want to get involved. It's like, well, you need to get involved. That's natural order. You see one of your fellow citizens being heinously done wrong in a horrible way, and there was even her baby in the back seat, which I didn't know that. It's mentioned. The horrible video. But I know stuff like that has happened since the 80s, obviously. New York was kind of famous for it, where horrible things would occur down in the streets. People would open up their window. Some of them were reports back before the days of video cameras, essentially anyway. Cheap, small video cameras, where people would see it and go grab a sandwich or whatever, or drink, and lean out the window and just keep watching. They wouldn't even call. You're too lazy to pick up the phone, dial 911. Too lazy to help anyone. Unbelievable, unbelievable stuff. Whatever you think of the South of the United States, I tell you what, that stuff don't fly here in the South. I'm sure it does happen in larger cities in the South, like Atlanta and Miami and Tallahassee, Orlando. But generally, it does not. Even in larger cities, by and large, I know it can happen here. I love helping others. I can't believe I've got like 7,000 some videos. I don't know how I accumulated that many. We're living in a world right now, and I'm nearly 50. I'm 49 years old. Living in a world of escalating tyranny and lies. Our job is not to ignore it, but to stand up against it. And unfortunately, we have this herd mentality among most people. They just want to go along to get along, which is exactly what a turd in the stream does. If you drop a turd in the stream, it follows the eddies and the currents. There's this ancient Pali word called Sotipanma, which means a stream enterer. The person that is opposite, there's an ancient, Pali is a dead language, been dead now for nearly 2,000 years. There's this word for someone that doesn't flow downstream like a turd in the stream, and that is someone who's udam soto. That literally is an upstreamer, someone that goes against the stream. Is heading towards the headwaters. That is, of course, a turd going downstream too is natural order. But there's two types of natural order. And that is a really important metaphysical point in this, don't watch this now video, is that, drop a turd in the stream, or like, say, a muskrat or a raccoon, dips his butt over the side of the river or the stream. He drops one, it's going to flow downstream. That's natural order, right? A lot of people do follow that paradigm of natural order, just kind of like the raccoon poop. It's going to float downstream. Fish is going to eat it somewhere along the way. Natural order. There's that natural order, and then there's the transcendent natural order, which is udam soto, going against the stream towards the headwaters, Waters downstream are always dirtier, Upstream, they're always cleaner. One of them is natural order, but it is not commendable. If people lived like animals and followed their basest instincts, we would be completely reactive instead of proactive. Yeah, I love it and laugh so much when people talk about free will, free will. I tell people, free will is only potential. Free will is not actual. Here's a reactive will. Not that you should do this, but like you kick a dog on the butt. Yeah, it's immediately. It's not even going to think. The nerves are going to hit its brain, and it's going to run off instinct, and it's going to turn around and bite you. Arrgh! Not even going to think. A halfway decent human being, if you were to kick them in the butt, they'll think for a microsecond or two. They'll flip around, see who kicked them, and then they'll think about it. What would we do? I have choice A, B, C, and D. This is what we do in chess. If I do this, then this happens, and if that happens, then this happens. You're able to process all these different scenarios. This is what makes up a citizen versus a subject. And this is, of course, moving udam soto, against the stream. If you want to be like a dog and follow the basest instincts, where you're completely reactive like a dog, you kick a dog in the butt, or the bullocks, as the British would say, it's going to turn around and bite you. It's very predictable. Not going to think about it at all. So we're living in a world of escalating tyranny, and certainly so lies. You know, people need to stop ignoring it. You know, you could either be a turd downstream, or you could be somebody that goes against tyranny. I don't ever tell anybody what to do. It's none of my business what people do. Unfortunately now, face diapers have become a religion. I don't care, and I'm not giving any comment about the one way or the other. I haven't worn one in like a year and a half. This is Kentucky. Except for flying to Florida, you know, you have to on the airlines. But people are trying to divide themselves. And one of the ways to externally... People used to do that, they know what sort of... what clique you're in. Like if you're XYZ gang, you know, you had this tattoo. And if you're that gang, you had a different tattoo. This face diaper religion, which is what it is now. And I'm not telling anybody what to do one way or the other, okay? It's a religion, though. It is a religion. Don't care what you think about that. It's a fact. It's exactly like a gang tattoo. I follow so-and-so. It's like the people that... There's certain religious entities, the females of this religious group, and I don't care, they're perfectly nice people, don't know a whole lot about them, more than a lot of people do. They all wear, like, jean skirts. It's like, you know immediately who they are, like, from the Cross Walmart, you know, on the rare occasions they go to Walmart. They all wear blue jean skirts. Like, nobody out here in the rest of the world, females anyway, wears, I've never worn one, you know, wears blue jean skirts. So they identify them, this is one of the way they wear their hair up in a bun. You immediately identify Quakers and Mennonites. I met some really cool Mennonites too. Very, very kind people. One guy's a cheesemaker. Most horrible cheese I've ever eaten in my life. It is the worst day of my life. I wanted to be so nice to this wonderful Mennonite. And he's a cheesemaker. He's so proud of his cheese. He worked so hard on it. It was horrible! And he'd give me a slice of this, like, this is Swiss. And I'd eat a bit of it and go, As soon as he turned it back, as I stuff it in my pocket, he's like, ow, I have a piece of this Gouda or whatever. He had like 20 different cheeses he made, and I'd take a bit of it. Yeah. I just let one up. A few of them were so bad, I'd spit it out when he wasn't looking. Oh, so bad. I don't know how I got off on that topic. Too much caffeine, probably. But this face diaper religion is exactly like a gang tattoo. It's like, I'm going to distinguish myself from all the rest of these, these conservative cretins. I'm not conservative or liberal. I'm halfway between both. I want nothing to do with either one of them. I'm interested in facts, logic, and wisdom. I'm going to separate myself from everybody else. I'm going to wear a face diaper and show them that I'm a follower of science. Hey, it's about the science. Follow the science. Sure it is. Okay. Okay there, girlfriend. Sure it is. Here's something else, an observation that nobody else makes. That, and these people, not all of them, but a high percentage of them, not the face diaper, these people that, you'll see them with, like, I saw someone recently that had 3. He had 2 face diapers and a shield. It's like, you're living in a little bit, this might be a little bit overboard. These people living in the most fear are faithless materialists. If that's their choice, fine, don't care, but you really can't tell a lot. Someone could look at me and is like, this guy likes tattoos and he eats too much, doesn't get enough exercise. Like, that's accurate. But if you're wearing 2 face diapers and a face shield, I can put, no, I'm not a betting person, I can put a $100 bill on the fact that you're a faithless, hardcore faithless materialist. It's like, yeah, you're right, how did you know that? It's like, it's pretty obvious. I can see things. Anyway, there's 2 types of faith. There's meaningless faith, there's 2 types of sraddha, an ancient metaphysical doctrine, and a few different types of metaphysics, but it's logical and it's factual. There's the faith of I was told or I believe, I was brought up to believe, and, I was told, and, and like the religious saying, I'm sorry if this offends you, but it's just, if you examine it metaphysically, it's just so stupid and so nonsensical. Jesus loves me because the Bible told me so. It's like, okay, so this book told you that this person loves you. Just, that's the superficial faith. Because I was told so. Well, I read this book, And it said, I was like, what? So that's, okay, that's Srada, or faith type number 1. I've had too much caffeine today. Not that it shows, right? And there's the faith of what we know or what we have wisdom about. It's like, I have faith that the sun's going to rise tomorrow. Well, how do you know? I mean, it's not my... It is. I have faith that truth will prevail. How did you know truth will prevail? Truth will prevail because I have wisdom, and I know that truth is brother to the sister of natural order. I know for a fact that 3 things that can be only hidden for so long, the ancient Chinese saying, I believe it's Chinese, the sun, the moon, and the truth. I know that love always triumphs over evil, not because it's a silly saying that millions and millions of people have said, which they do say, but they don't know why love triumphs over evil. They don't know why love triumphs over hate. They don't know why. I mean, I do know why. Because love is natural order. It is inertia. Hate is like feeding this fire. You're going to feed it until the end of time. It cannot be satiated. It must be fed, always. This fire is exactly analogous to hate. And fear. You cannot rule by fear. You have to rule by love and wisdom. Because that's natural order, and it doesn't require energy to maintain it. I know this. By Srada, due to wisdom. So those are the 2 types of faith, by the way. Here's something interesting, something about most of us knew but was confirmed today. Really, 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 really important. It's a new congresswoman, relatively. She's kind of young and cute, and I think she's pretty short. I think her name is Boebert. Yeah, Boebert. I'm probably mispronouncing her name. You know how we watch Congress here in the United States, and they're all wearing their face diapers in Congress? When so-and-so is striking the gavel and someone else is saying something stupid we couldn't care about. And they're all wearing their face diapers, right? And there's a $500 fine for the first non-compliance of no face diaper and $2,500 each additional time, I found out. Here's something we all knew but has just been confirmed. That's where the cameras are at. Yeah, watching the senators on the floor. Blah, 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 blah. This congresswoman confirmed that when they leave the Senate floor, no matter what side they're on, who they are, what they are, how long they've been there, as soon as they leave the Congress floor, where the cameras are at, and the press is, they're all looking down, C-SPAN has their friggin' cameras, every single one of them rips their face diaper off, goes about mingling, doing whatever. You know what that means? That means we have full-on confirmation that all of this is a puppet show. All of this? No, I'm talking about that. The puppet show. We all kind of knew that, didn't we? Congresswoman confirmed it. As soon as they leave the floor, the face diaper comes off. Puppet show. I don't know if you all remember this, and I'll close with this. I don't know if you remember. I told you not to watch this video, darn it. I don't know if you remember this old video starring not Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone. There we go. Adrian! Yo, Adrian, I did it! What's his name again? Yeah, the boxer. That guy and Wesley Snipes. His whole movie called Demolition Man. And all the normal people are living in the sewers. They're eating rats. Yeah, they're cooking up, grilling rats. But everybody's happy and they enjoy their freedom. And this is all our current divide and conquer world that's getting worse and worse and more polarized. It's never been this polarized all throughout human history that I can recall. There are those that live up above, the people living this superficial, ignorant life where they go along to get along. They're living in the herd. They all wear nice, pretty kimonos, and they drive electric cars, and they lead a simple life. You're not allowed to curse at all, or you get fined. And they're all just so miserable right underneath this. They're just living the life of absolute anti-intellectual superficiality. Incredibly spineless, incredibly weak, a lilting. Everybody's a lilting flower. And have you ever saw that old movie with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes called The Demolition Man. It's an old science fiction movie. It's kind of goofy and weird. But yeah, the people that are living in the dirt and the sewers, they cherish freedom. And there are those living above ground who go along to get along. They want to be comfortable superficially. Wear nice, clean clothes. Who doesn't want to wear nice, clean clothes? Live in a lovely house, and everybody just like sheep. Everybody living in the sewers is dirty, and they're eating rats, but they're all happy. And they got happy little children. They're not afraid of the dirt. And they enjoy their freedom. See, freedom is such an ineffable word. An unintelligent swine. Unintelligent swine, and I use the word swine accurately. Unintelligent swine look at this stupid word freedom. They're like, that's not going to feed me. It's not going to pay the bills. I want to go along to get along, and I want to be in the herd. Like fish, they move, and they move as one to the water. Like when a shark chases the fish, there'll be like 10,000 of them, and they'll all kind of move in synchronous unity. And most of the world is like that. And there's a reason for that. And you'd have to go a lot deeper into metaphysics and the nature of society. And that's okay. Let them be that way. But this divide and conquer polarization, pretty soon people that cherish this ineffable word which you can't grab and you can't touch, this ineffable word of freedom, they'll be exactly like the people in Demolition Man. I'll go to my farm, I'll go to my cabin. It's like, I have no electricity, don't give a damn. No internet, don't give a damn. I will chop wood and grow vegetables and wear overalls if I have to, so that I can live free, because that is an inalienable right. Inalienable rights come from, now Christians, Judeo-Christians would say, it comes from God! Your inalienable rights come from God. Well, I can just use a different word. It's equally, actually it's far more accurate, is that inalienable rights come from natural order. Because natural order is freedom. Freedom and natural order are one and the same thing. It's just an ineffable word. Freedom, what does it mean? Freedom to do what? I got freedom. It's like, no, you're not. You're a slave to all your bills, house insurance, car insurance, property taxes, regular taxes, gas, water, electric, phone, cable, blah, 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 blah. You're just, and you're watching, you spend all your free time watching commercials telling you to buy stuff that you don't need. And that's our current world, which is not natural order. It's sick and deranged. And that's why people are so miserable, and people are on so many prescription and non-prescription narcotics. Everybody's just, I see so many miserable people. Man, miserable! This is not natural order. This is not good. It's like, yeah, you got a roof over your head. Like, yeah, but you're never going to pay it off. And there's property taxes every year. Even if you pay it off, it's never paid off. This is not natural order. The current United States government is printing, like 85% of the money in circulation has been printed only in the past 36 months, something like that. Nearly all the money has been, still hot off the presses from, basically a little bit over a year. Man, oh man, that's going to tell you, man, it's just, I don't want that to happen, but it's all going to come crashing down sooner rather than later. And I'm not an end of the world, doom and gloom person. I'm absolutely not. But, this divide and conquer polarization has to end. Yeah, but if I have to go to the cabin and sell everything I got, which is essentially nothing, it's far better to be broke and free than living in a fancy house with fancy clothes and, and a total, a subjugated peon. It's like, yeah, man, I'm driving a Porsche, not meaning me. I'm driving a Porsche, I got a nice house. Yeah, but you got bills out the wazoo, a 30-year mortgage, and you're working 6 days a week or 70 hours a day. That's not life. That's just servitude. Anyway, I'm sorry if this don't watch this video droned on too much, but I did warn you not to watch it in the title of the description of this video. So at least there's that. I have an excuse. I really do love helping people. I don't sell anything. And I'm extremely proud of the fact that I saved a couple, 3 lives, as they told me, last month. That's really wonderful. That makes everything worth it, actually. Anybody that's ever been kind and, you know, sent a decent email or left a decent comment or sent a donation, I want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. Any donation is always warmly welcome in the description below, or just send me an email. You know, I appreciate, you know, a halfway kind email. It doesn't have to be totally kind. I'm not looking for anybody to... Praise actually kind of creeps me out some. I'm used to the negative stuff people say in comments, like, I hate you, you're fat, bald, and ah! It's like I haven't heard that a million times before. Those are more common to me, not more common, but, you know, more acceptable than any high praise. I actually always, it's like, is this person being facetious or is this sarcasm? When people are really complimentary, it's like, that can't be real, it's too complimentary. I mean that really too. So, send me an email. Just don't make it too long. When people send an email that's got 100 questions in it, that freaks me out. You know, I was like, don't do that. I work 7 days a week, you know? Whew. Give a brother a break. Thanks. There's an ice storm going on outside. I keep taking my flashlight every, like, hour and, you know, opening up the front door. And, like, oh, my God, the ice is getting thicker on the tree branch. Oh, man. At least I got some food in here. Food in the house. As if I need more food, right? Oh, man, I hate ice storms. I don't mind all the snow in the world, which I really don't like either. But, man, I don't like ice storms. I went to the grocery store today, and it looks like it was raided like it was World War III because everybody knew about the ice storm, and everybody's just buying everything. Everything! It's like, how's an ice storm? It's the end of the world. Oh, my God, buy everything. So the grocery store is mostly empty. I mean, it was really empty. I heard people verbally complaining. I was like, man, there ain't nothing here!